Okay, Jim, now we're in the dining room, living room area here, and first of all, this carpet is really stained and it needs to be replaced. So give us your thoughts on carpet.
Well, this carpet definitely needs to be replaced, and what I choose generally is I usually use a couple. If you're looking for a modest but a decent carpet to resell your house and not so that you feel that you're being cheap with people, you can get this carpet here, and this will run, well, I can get it really reasonable. But my favorite carpet these days is more of the modern look, which is a short nap frisee type look. And so I put this piece down here so you'll be able to see it. And this here is probably another $2 a yard, but still within that $11 a yard type price for just the carpet itself. And then, of course, we've got a piece of base trim that I brought with me. That's a 3 1/4 inch Colonial that we used in the kitchen. And you can just see the difference in the look here with the new carpet and how modern it looks compared to, you know, this old plush type looking carpet, which people still like, and you can use it. But I tend to like this a little better. But if the budget's a little bit less, this also, as you can see, looks really, really nice with that. Either way, you get that nice, new, fresh, modern look.
Okay, tell us about this light fixture.
Well, this is what attracts me right away when I walk into the room. This light fixture, of course, is the cheapest light fixture you can have. And it needs to be replaced. You want to get rid of the gold for one thing, and this style is just old. So take it down. Get a brushed nickel semi-flush mount. They're about $62.
Okay, we're here in the entry, and again, Jim, give us your observations here on what you would do.
Well, here again, there's two things that immediately attract me. First of all, is this old floor. This was real popular in its day, and it went with this real dark trim and the doors, but today it just darkens the room and it doesn't really look good. So what we've done is we'll just bust this out of here, and it's not hard to take out. And we'll put a new tile in, a 12 by 12. This one here has been cut because we use this as a backsplash. So what was nice is, I just did this in a home, we put this particular tile in on the floor, which gave it a more modern look and goes with this carpet real well, because it's on the beige side. And then we put the backsplash and the countertop on it, and it just all tied it together really nice, like a designer had been in here. And I don't claim to be a designer, but I've done a lot of this, and so we've kind of come to some of these similar colors and patterns, and it's all worked really well.
Okay, now these doors look pretty dark. Give us your observations here on what you do.
These are those old dark, and here again we would do the same thing. And rather than tear these out, actually, let me back up. There's two ways to do this. One is some people want us to paint these. We just did this for someone. So we primed these door jambs and the doors, removed them and put them in a place we could do that, and then we put 2 coats of oil base, same color as the trim, on it, and they look really good. There's another option, and that is to keep these jambs and paint them like I just discussed, and replace these with what's called a match-up door, which you can get at Frank Door or the door store, and those are about $70 just to have them do that. And they match up, and you just pop them in place. They're pre-primed, but we still have to paint them. The other thing, of course, is taking the whole thing out. But a lot of people opt for just painting these to get it looking good. And that's the most economical thing that we can do, because these are flat. But they look good when we get done, and it still updates the home.
Well, how about the door hardware then?
Well, the door hardware, again, if we're going with the brushed nickel, and I brought this along just to show you, is to get rid of this gold again and go with a nice brushed nickel look again. And these are very reasonable. We can get these, the Schlags, I used to use, but they're $20 a piece. But now I can get these quick sets that look just like this, and they're very good, and they're $10 a piece. So how could you not want to replace them for $10 a piece?
And how about the hinges?
And the hinges, same thing. These are old tired hinges, and these hinges, we take them off. And when we're painting the jambs and the doors anyway, we take them all off. And then what we'll do is replace these gold ones with the new brushed nickel.
Okay, we've got an old tired bathroom here. Give us some ideas what you do here. First of all, I notice that this mirror here is damaged.
It is, just from years of being there. This happens quite frequently. So if it's not all the way around, or even if it was, here's what I've done in some cases, and this is just to save money and a real quick fix. I have put a little piece of trim right across this. Since this is at the bottom, I can put a little piece of trim right across here, paint it white to tie it in with all the molding, and it just looks really, really good. I just did that to a place and she couldn't believe how it changed it. And sometimes we've even, like, you could go out and buy mirrors that are even bordered all around them with that, and if that was all the way around, we could even do that and be a lot cheaper than taking this mirror off and replacing it.
What do you think a replacement mirror would cost?
Well, this here would probably be about good. This is a 1/4 inch, so if you went with a 1/4 inch, it'd probably be about 70 bucks.
All right.
If
How about that light fixture?
here again, this light fixture is old, and we would replace it, and you could get a new light fixture with, you know, that we've all seen. You wouldn't want, not even the builder. I don't even like the builder ones that just have the bulbs coming out, but something that would kind of hang down or hang up, whichever way you liked it. 24 inch, and you can get those for about 30 bucks, you know, $30 to $40.
Okay, and counters and sinks and
Counters here again, do the same thing. If you wanted to go the reasonable, more cost-efficient method, we would put new Formica or Wilson art down on this. We take the sink out, put the Wilson art down, take these off. Here again, tile this. Sometimes we run into a little bit of problem. We wouldn't with this one because this is the old vanities like this are lower. The new ones are about 33 inches high, so if we put a new one in here, which still isn't, for this here, it'd probably be only a couple $100 to get a new vanity, we'd have to move this up because it would come up to here and then the backsplash would come right into the middle of this. So we'd have an electrician move this up so that we could get that backsplash in. This one though, in this house, is such a great floor plan, I'd recommend that we just paint this the same as you would the kitchen cabinets. Put the same hardware on, the same backsplash, and the same vinyl that I talked about in the kitchen there. And then those patterns go really well together. The thing
this floor is pretty dated, isn't it?
Yes, this here is really dated. And so rather than remove it, we take the base trim off. You'd have to do that to put the new vinyl in, and then you put the base trim back on it. We'd have a vinyl installer that the guy's really, really good. I don't like to do that, but I have him come in. He's been doing it for years, and he'll take a cement type filler and just smooth this out so that so that the old pattern won't draw through. Because if you don't put that on, you can't just glue vinyl back over vinyl. The old pattern will suck up, and you'll see it. So they smooth this out, and then they put the new vinyl on, and we'd use that other stuff.
Okay, here we're in the master, and the master is one of the showcase rooms in the house. What are your ideas here?
Well, this is a good master. It's unique in that we've got this platform up here, and like always, they put this carpet up here. So once you had the new carpet in here, it'd be fine. But of course, we'd have new trim in here. And let me say that this trim could be painted if somebody wanted to paint it. You'd have to prime it and paint it, pull the carpet out, and then prime this, and we'd probably spray it. And that's a little more economical, but you still have this real small looking trim rather than a nice higher trim that we see in most houses today. So it's a little bit more money to replace it. I recommend that better. I'd leave the door jambs in here, but I would replace the trim unless their budget didn't allow for it. But the light fixture in here, of course, same thing. Replace this light fixture. I have some of those in my old house. I got rid of them since then. But so we do everything in here that we're talking about. And of course, paint the window seals. I'd get rid of this because this is old and outdated, and we'd fill the holes there while we're doing the painting in the interior of the home, which we haven't talked about. But I would say that the interior, these walls, this is an old 80s look, 70s look. The builders were always painting with the off-white. So these ceilings look really good in this house, and they've been painted or sprayed, which is good. So I would put a new modern light beige, macadamia, some kind of a modern color that's being used in these houses that you go into these days. That not only sets the trim off and the carpet, and right up against the ceilings you see this really nice contrast. And that's what we're looking for, is a nice flow together contrast.